Hi.
Hi. Come on in.
Thanks.
I didn't really have time to clean up for you. We're in the middle of moving. We're packing our stuff and we're leaving tomorrow. So just disregard. And
The pigsty, I will disregard.
yeah, you can follow me into the reptile room. Here we are. This is the room. It's pretty small, but I'm glad to have it. I'm glad to have an organized space for all of my critters. So this is my desk. I don't do a whole lot of work here, but it's cute and it gives the grass lizard enclosure somewhere to sit. Obviously I don't work here very much because the calendar still says December on it. And one of my favorite parts about my desk area is this. It's beautiful. I got it last year at NARBC Tinley. It's made by S&J Terrariums, and I believe his partner. I will tag their Instagrams and stuff, but it's super gorgeous, and it's one of like my favorite parts of this entire room because it's so bright and it's colorful, and I don't know, it makes it feel kind of peaceful in here. And this is my Sakashima grass lizard enclosure. I named the lizards, but I honestly don't know their gender. So we have Finway, Arwen, and Legolas from Lord of the Rings. Like everything in this room. But this is hold on, I've got notes up. So if you want to edit while I'm reading my notes and just roll a B-roll, that'd be good. This is a Dubia Roaches enclosure, and it is a 18 by 18 by 24. There is a whole YouTube video on this whole entire process of me making this. It's not like a fantastically made video or anything, but it shares all of the details, which I will also go over. But if you want to see the whole entire build process, there's a whole video on that, so it could be helpful. The lighting up here, I have a 50 watt for them because this enclosure is pretty small. I wouldn't want to put some crazy amount of heating on here. So it's just a 50 watt Exoterra. And then I have the Terra Sky UV. And I believe when this came out, they were like marketing it as a UVB light, but I don't think it is. So I'm actually going to end up getting them a probably Shade Dweller, like 7% or something like that. Or maybe a little higher, I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna ask for some advice probably. But yeah, this is the Terra Sky UV that's also in this video, but I am not 100% sure that it's actually UV, so keep that in mind. This is a LED light for the plants. I got this off Amazon. I have this one on this enclosure and the leopard gecko enclosure down here. They're the same exact light. I have them linked on my Amazon, so if you want to check them out. But these are not my favorite lights. I'll be transparent. There are better lights on my other enclosures that are not these ones. The substrate on these guys is Terra Flora and Zilla Jungle Mix. I've said it before in that video, but the BioDude substrate is so ungodly expensive. So when I can, I'm gonna mix it with something else. So the Terra Flora is in there, but it's also got the Zilla Jungle Mix, which is so much cheaper. It's not even funny. This is also a piece I got quite a long time ago. I do not know her off the top of my head, but if I can find it, it'll be tagged here so that you guys can support her as well. She has a bunch of beautiful pieces like this. Highly recommend. This will move with me in every reptile room that I have. Okay, moving on. These are my two Zen Habitats enclosures. These are both 4x2x2s, and this is their like deluxe separator. Maybe it's not the deluxe one. There's like a small one and then there's a really big one. But this one you can hide your cables and stuff in, which is super, super convenient. Smeagol's light just turned off, but it's fine, I'll turn it back on. Their affiliate link My affiliate link is always in my bio, so if you guys at all like the look of these, or if you like the look of their new ones, you can use my link to support this whole vibe right here. So this top one is my blue tongue skink enclosure. His name is Keely. And for lighting, we have Thrive Ecosystems LED lights. These are amazing, highly recommend. The plants in here absolutely thrive. I also have an affiliate link through them if you would like to check it out. He has an Arcadia bulb up here. This one is usually 150 watt, but this might be 100 right now because the light might have broken and I might have only had a 100 at the time. So usually this is 150, but honestly the temperature's pretty good in there right now because it's nearing summertime. What?
I'm gonna sneeze.
Dang. Oh, okay. His UVB light is also Arcadia. We have the T5 24 watt Desert 12%, which obviously he's not a desert animal, but I think that's just what they call it because they don't, I think they might have a jungle one, but it's the same percentage. So if somebody knows if there's like a massive difference, let me know, but that's what I have for him right now. The water rock bowl thing in here is by Blue Zoo. I think these are amazing. I have a couple of their pieces that he's sent to me. They're a little bit more on the pricey side, but I have never had this break. I've never had to replace it. I've never had to do anything with it, and it looks super like naturalistic in the enclosure. So I do highly recommend. I think my code is like 5% off or something, but they're really nice. This enclosure is not my favorite in the world, like the vibe in here. I want to make it completely different, which I will. There's actually a box behind that door that is his new enclosure that I'm gonna work on. So I'm super excited about that. All these wood pieces and like cork and stuff I got from expos. So I would definitely recommend checking out your local expo whenever it comes around to see if you can get good driftwood and good cork for good prices. His substrate is Terra Fauna and Terra Firma by the Bio Dude. I did actually go with both of their substrates for this one, so the substrate here is a little bit more expensive, but I do highly recommend both of those substrates for an enclosure like this. His humidity thing in here, it's a fogger. It's by Coo Spider. I've advertised it a bunch on Amazon, so you can find it there. I will link all of this stuff in the description. Next, down here, if you wanna, we have Smog's enclosure. The glass is kind of dirty. I've had this enclosure for a long time, so it's a sturdy one. His enclosure is also the 4x2x2, as mentioned. Both of these are. These are both the Meridian enclosures too, which are super easy to take apart and put back together. And we'll give that a real test during the moving video coming up. For his lighting, we have Arcadia 150 watt for his basking light. And we also have Arcadia T5 24 watt Desert 12%. So these guys have the same lighting. Yeah. The background was built by the two of us. And there's a full YouTube video on that also. It does need a little bit of R&R. It's like almost 3 years old now, I think, at this point. So it's been through a lot, but it looks really good. And if you guys are curious on how to make a background like this, I would definitely check it out. Self-promo. This one is not bioactive at all. It basically just has loose substrate and that's it, because this guy eats anything green, so, or anything that moves. So if there were isopods in there, they would be dead. If there were plants in there, they would be eaten. So we don't put anything in there. The substrate is Terra Sahara and natural Australian desert sand. It's a mix of that. I do really like that mix, so if you want to try that out for yours, this is a good option. Okay, now we have what seems to be everybody's favorite reptile that I have. This is Grima's enclosure. This is a 2x2x4 enclosure by also Zen Habitats. This is one of their older enclosures, so this isn't a Meridian or anything, but this guy has also lasted me a pretty long time. Pretty happy with it. He has an Arcadia bulb as well. He sticks with 100 watt basking. I heard a lot of things about like people saying that they keep these snakes at room temperature. I feel like I don't love that because I do see him up here like basking in the sun. So I feel like it's needed. But these guys don't have a whole ton of research done on them, so it's kind of just like what we observe and then change up some stuff. His UVB is Arcadia T5 24 watt 12%, and it's really dusty. The LED is also from Amazon, but it's a different one from the previous one I mentioned. These guys have the same LED. I'll tag both of those. But they're on Amazon. The substrate, I'm honestly not 100% sure what it is. I think it might be REPTILE because that was a good cheap option that still holds humidity for him. So I think that's what it is. We also have a 10-gallon tank down here. It's not filled up because I drained the water for our move tomorrow. He is semi-aquatic, so this is a good option to have so that he can swim around and stuff. There's usually a filter in there too, but again, I took it out. So we also have this little like climbing rings back here in the background, and that was made by Exotic Enrichment on Etsy, and I will also tag them, and I also have like a code to save you money. Also, actually, they do have the same fogger, so this is both the Coup Spider foggers that Keely and him both have, because humidity is important for both of these guys. This is Smeagol's enclosure. I also have a full YouTube video on this guy, and he is in a 2x2x2. I would love to put him in this size eventually as well, because I think he really does utilize all of the space that's in here. But this is a 2x2x2 Meridian in one of their black enclosures, which I'm a huge fan of now. Like, looking at this one in comparison, like I love this sleek like black outside of this. Yeah, again, there's a full YouTube video on this one, so you can see the entire build from start to finish if you would like to. The mister up here is by REPTILE. I got it off Amazon, so if you want to check it out on Amazon, I'll share it. Again, the lighting is the same. Him and Grima have the same. His UVB is Arcadia Shade Dweller 7%. And I think this is perfect for them because people will argue that they don't need anything. But this is good for him to have when he is awake and out in the light, because they're not completely nocturnal. So this is still beneficial for them to have, and I have definitely witnessed him being more active, him having more of an appetite, and just an overall increase of good behaviors with UVB, so I recommend. The substrate is Josh's Frogs bio bedding substrate. That was my first time using this. It's a really, really great option for substrate, so if you want to invest in that, you definitely can. And yeah, that's it for that enclosure. All of the plants and literally everything in here is from Josh's Frogs. So again, there's a whole video on that, but everything basically in here, besides maybe a few things I added after the fact, are from Josh's Frogs. Also, this super cute picture, Zao Reptile sent to me, so check her out. These are gorgeous prints that she sent to me, and you can put in cute little simplistic frames like this. Okay, last enclosure I have is Tariel's, and I actually have two of these, but this enclosure has been empty since my other leopard gecko passed away, probably about a year and a half ago. So this guy has been empty. I don't know what to use it for. If you have suggestions, definitely leave me some suggestions. I think these enclosures are absolutely beautiful, and I would hate for this one to just be empty forever. But one thing about these enclosures I recently learned is they no longer make them, so I can't really suggest them anymore. I do have a video like receiving this, but again, they don't make them anymore, so I can't really like, oh, go check these out. But they're by Maximum Reptile, aka Custom Reptile Habitats. They are beautiful, and I'm glad that I have them. And we stained these, so they're a beautiful like dark like oak color. So this is the same thing with like that separator. I hide all of my lights in here. Tariel's lighting is a Arcadia 100 watt for her basking. And we have Arcadia Shade Dweller 7% for her as well. So they have the same lights because they are the reptiles that you technically don't need UVB for. So they have the lower amount of UVB. I need water. Hello? No, that one. Anyway, it's got on my phone, on my notes. The LED light that she has is the same one as that one over there. So the ones that I'm like not like a massive fan of, but they're good for smaller enclosures, so or like plants in here that don't need a ton of light, they're halfway decent. The substrate in here is terra firma, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that's what it is because that's what I would use in it. Her two rock hides in here are also by Blue Zoo, so the same one that made that water dish in there also made these beautiful real rock hides in here, and they're stunning, and I will literally use them forever. So again, if you guys are curious, that's who they're by. I think I showed the background of this enclosure. I don't believe they make those backgrounds anymore, but I think they're gorgeous. I will put their name right here if you want to see if they're still making them. Give them a message, I guess. I also want to shout out these beautiful, I don't think I took videos of these, so you come a little closer and show these off. These are gorgeous little cards for each of my reptiles. I have them for every single one. They're made by Exotic Pet Decor. His name's Jared. He's amazing. He's on Facebook and Instagram, so you can message him on either if you want any of these made. He makes them for literally everything, like reptiles, and he makes them for like other pets that you can keep in the exotic world, like tarantulas and like millipedes and stuff like that. It's kind of crazy, but these are super cool, and they contain little fun facts on the bottom, and yeah, I love them. And like the text is customizable, and he can like give you different options for the pictures and stuff, so it's super cool, and I have them on every single one of these. Okay, I also asked on Instagram if anybody wanted me to cover anything specific. So I did get a question on how I manage the electrical in this room. So all of my lights are plugged into, what are they called?
Power strips and surge protectors.
Surge protectors. All of them are plugged into that. But I manage all of like the timing, all of the lights turning off and on all by themselves. Maybe it's cooled down now. Anyway, as I was saying, I use the Wise timers, which you can also find on Amazon, or I assume they probably have a website. I control them. They're smart timers, so I have an app where like everything is on here, and I can switch them on and off. These are cameras that I used to have. I don't have them anymore, but they're on timers on this app, so I don't have to do anything. They turn on and off by themselves. So that's what I do, but I also have a herpstat. I'm gonna set this bad boy up for my enclosures. I believe this has the capability of, 4. So I can connect 4 enclosures to this, which will help with the electricity bill, because let's be so for real right now, it's really high. So yeah, that's how I control all of the lights in this room. Every single one of them is on a timer. And somebody asked about my plants. So this is my plant tower. I am not fantastic with plants, so I couldn't tell you what like each of them are off the top of my head or anything, but I'll just do like a quick rundown. This tower is, I got it off Amazon for Christmas one year, and it's really, really nice. Somebody was like, all my plants die, I don't know what lighting to give them. So this has been super, super nice. These lights in here are great. I haven't had to do anything. They can also, you can also set them up to change colors. I don't know what the color difference is for plants. I don't know what the purple light does. I don't know what the red light does. I don't know what any of that stuff does, but it's basically just on this one all the time. So this is my plant tower. I do recommend this plant tower if you want to check it out. It fits all my plants really nicely. And I also, somebody wanted me to talk about my plant foods. So I got this one recently. This is the Arbor plant food. I believe it's organic. I'm not 100% sure. I can double check on that. But this is the plant food that I use a lot of the time. I also have this leaf cleaner. This shines the plant leaves. And I use that a lot on my Monstera down here because I think it's really, really pretty when I do shine up the leaves. But a lot of these plants don't necessarily need that. But I think this one would be pretty too if I did that more often. Do you say yucca or yucca?
I would say yucca.
Yucca.
This is that extract. It prevents pests and rehydrates your soil and all that good stuff. I don't know. I was recommended this one, so I bought it and I put it in the water when I go to water my plants. And then I also have diatomaceous earth by the same brand. This stuff is good, but also at the same time, I don't keep my plants outdoors, so I don't think I need this as much as like somebody who keeps their plants outdoors. So I don't use this super often. And I also got this from a local plant shop. I can tag that since I'm leaving. Rosie's Plant Care. It's an organic plant cleaner. So if you're curious about that, I think they make it themselves. It's is it cast iron soap? Is that what it's called? Cast iron soap? Good focusing.
I believe in you.
Good focusing.
It's trying.
Good job.
Nope.
Okay, whatever. Cast iron soap? Maybe.
Castile soap.
Neem oil, orange oil, peppermint oil, and water. That seems pretty organic to me. Yeah, so that's my plant tower. That's the stuff I use for my plants. And yeah, I'm actually surprised they're all doing really, really well right now. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video because this is the last time you will see this reptile room. We're moving. This room will be relatively empty in about probably the day after tomorrow. And you'll never see this room again. But look forward to my next reptile room. It'll be fantastic. And also, the person that asked about moving related things, there will be a separate moving video coming very, very soon. Giving a little teaser. We have some moving containers for my reptiles up there. I also recently bought a snake bag, so I'm gonna put my bag, my bag in a snake, my snake in a bag, and it's a breathable bag, so it's great to move them in and makes them feel all secure and stuff. But yeah, I will talk about all of that in the moving video, so look forward to that. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this reptile room tour. If you have any questions about anything in my reptile room, I will be happy to answer it for you in the comments. And that is all. And get out of my house. Bye.
Goodbye.
You're not invited here anymore.
Is it because I sprayed you with water?
Yes.